Good evening, my name is Faza, Abel, Jonggara, Marpaung. You can call me Faza, student ID 1692058 from class KU1202-69, Introduction to Engineering, Pengantar Rekayasa dan Design. Alongside with me, we got Muhammad Aryasatya. You can refer to him as Arya, student ID 1692004, and then Bernardino, Realino, Manesanulu. You can refer to him as Reno. Student ID 1692056. This is our final progress report for our Mars lander project per March 16th, 2021. So let's start. Okay, so for the project description and definition, aka DRO, design requirement and objectives. Our Mars lander must have two types of critical components, first being the landing legs and second is the loading area. The landing legs must touch the four buoy feet apex that are aligned to form a square. They may also touch the central area inside the landing area, although the main load bearing must not touch the central area. The size of the loading area must be at least 10 times 10 centimeters in area. And the Mars lander must be able to support two fully loaded buoy feet apexes, each weighs around 225 grams or 250 milliliters, and both are put on top of the landing area for at least 10 seconds with side-by-side loading arrangement. This is the last point here is the target for our project. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, this is the conceptual design phase. There were three design alternatives for the project, one provided by Arya, one by Reno, and one by Faza. Arya's design was the simplest one, but it has the least strength between the other designs. Although it was able to bypass the 10-second target, the structure ultimately failed not long after that. This one's Arya's design. And then Reno's design was able to bypass the 10 seconds mark with relative ease, but the assembly of the lander that was quite weakly left several questions to be answered regarding its rigidity. This was Reno's design. And then my design, Faza, although by far is the most complicated, mine was able to pass through the 10 seconds mark, passing through 1 minute in the latest testing. At last, Faza's design was selected due to its rigidity and structural strength. Okay, moving on to the next slide, onto detailed design. In this selected design, the two buoy feet apexes that act as the payload lay on top of the 150mm long times 150mm wide loading area, of which is supported by 7 linear stringers braced beneath the ramp, which are also strengthened by 2 cross bracings that extend throughout the loading area's diagonals. The forces that are distributed via the stringers are then placed upon 4 diagonally assembled legs. All are reinforced with additional stringers between them and additional perpendicular legs against the ramp to support the structure. Then the construction of the lander encountered several problems. One was that it was deemed less than strong to support the buoy feet apexes. It almost collapsed once on my iteration. So thus it was later on determined to install additional cross bracings, stringers, and extra 2 sets of landing legs to support the Mars lander. The final iterations of the Mars lander were constructed utilizing a TGSM A4 papers cut into templates before later on folded with scores on the paper. They were later on glued together utilizing a UHU glue gel. And this one's the YouTube hyperlink for the group activity video that will be provided in the description of this video. Okay, so on the last slide, this is the reflection, the lessons that we learned from the Mars lander project. So after thorough testing, we can conclude that the truss and stringers are the most efficient bracings that can be applied onto the Mars lander. Cross bracings were found to have exceptional performance in handling the static load of buoy feet apexes. And then 45-degree angle joints are the most efficient, fulfilling the Kurzbach. I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe Kurzbach or something similar, or perhaps different. Fulfilling the Kurzbach criterion for maximum structural integrity and Last but not least, teamwork and communication are outstandingly crucial in the development of the Mars lander in order to reach an optimum result. Well, I think that's the end of our presentation for this group, the anti-Mars lander group. Thank you for watching, and take care. We'll see you on the next one.